All right, so we are back, and we left off with Sarge and the carnage on the street. I'm going to let Sarge sit with that for a little bit.
Just
You
let me
need
sit
a
with the
camera
card
roll
in
for
case you
that?
notice. Okay, it's fine. It's okay.
Sit
I
it.
can sit with the card.
I'm going to cut back to Zelda and Dr. Hex. I think the plan was to do some more work with these goggles in this footage. Yeah.
Yep.
How do you want to do that? What do you want to do there?
I have like a metagamey question, which is
Mhm.
like, do like I, Dominique, know that I'm taking stress by watching this footage? Do I, Hex, know that I'm taking stress by watching this footage?
I think you. Yeah, I think you feel, if nothing else, I think it's like when you feel frustrated, stressed,
Okay.
pressure, right?
Yeah.
There's another check for fear, right? And
Oh
we will
no.
get to that, right? But here, I think you're trying to, as a software engineer, there are times where I feel like I'm struggling to put this puzzle together. And I know when I'm missing data, things don't make sense. And I'm trying to get it all to fit and hold it in my head. And it's frustrating. And then the boss comes in and he's like, I need this by this afternoon. And then you've got this pressure on top of that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's like that, right? I think you have a lot of that happening.
Okay.
It
So I
may
think
be what it feels like.
that I would know that once you get me all of these sets of goggles, that it's like not the greatest move for my like brain space to physically sort through all the footage, and also that would take probably more time than we have, seeing as there's like shit going down like pretty.
Like actual murder. Yes.
Yeah. So I think what I would do is, what are the like rules of AI in this timeline? Like, is there like, can I just feed the footage through an AI and have the AI like flag the glitches?
You most certainly can.
Okay, then I would like to like take as much footage as I can get and feed it through an AI and ask the AI to flag for things that like the cam like I guess I would just hear the glitch, like things that the camera can't parse, like things that
Okay.
the camera itself doesn't know what it's seeing, because
Right.
that's the kind of anomaly that we're looking for specifically. And then I would sort of just let it run, and I guess while that's running, try and figure out where Sarge went, like what's going on with that, because Sarge just took off.
Right. Right. Zelda, you've got all your computer stuff, the labs and things in Everett Tower.
Okay.
And there are techs in there too, so they might be useful.
Yeah, I'll tell Dr. Hoffman, yeah, we got a bunch of techs and computers and stuff in Everett Tower. We should go there.
Oh, can I just leave my Android in my cargo carrier? Like, can I just leave that?
Yeah, it's an Android. It's just yeah.
Okay. Like, no
It's
one's
like a
gonna like
toaster,
jack me
right?
for my Android, right?
That's the
Okay.
subtitle of today's episode.
That's right.
I would be so upset if my Android got stolen. Like, you don't even know. Okay. I've like this Android has gotten like 2 seconds of screen time, and I'm very attached to it. So I'm gonna leave the Android and the cargo carrier, even though it has like important samples in it. And we're gonna go
Right.
to the tower to try to figure out what is up with this footage.
All right. So I think the Android would alert you, right, if it's getting jacked or if the cargo's getting jacked, right?
Okay.
I feel like, right, you have some type of comms happening there that way.
Yeah.
But
And
I
I'm
also
not very
now
tiny, but I do have a switchblade. So if anything goes sideways, I yeah.
nice.
Sorry, proves highly.
What I feel like Dr. Hex then has named this android.
I was going to ask what the name was.
I think the android's name is Steve.
Nice.
It's really like STV3 or something. But
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it probably stands for something really clever too, but like I myself can't think of the clever thing, so it's just Steve.
Nice. I like it. I think inside Everett Tower, usually there's like 3 techs constantly looking over the data from the drill and monitoring the drill and things like that. But when you get in there, it's just Val, Andy, and maybe the other one's an android too. So Andy and that android aren't there, but Val is there.
Okay.
When you both get to the computer lab, and she seems kind of surprised that what do you? Hey Zelda.
Hey Val, where's Andy? Where's the android? Andy and the android.
I thought he had done that on purpose.
Because I wanted somebody to say it. And she looks around, right? I don't know.
Okay. Do you know what's going on outside? Because lots of things are happening.
Well, no, I'm looking at why the drill reset, right?
Okay. Do you know why the drill reset? What does the footage look like? Does it have a weird glitch in it?
And then she seems confused. Footage. No, the drill hit something, and it reset. It came back up.
What did it hit?
I'd probably just rock or some hard rock or it's Mars.
It's Mars.
Okay. We have some spare machines, spare computers in the other room, right? We're gonna run some footage to the AI. I don't know
Okay.
that I have any idea what I'm talking like, but I feel like I'm trying to project like I know what I'm talking about.
Right. And she seems totally fine. Yeah. No. You can use those over there. That other cube's over there. It's open. Anything. Help yourself.
Great. Thanks, Val.
I give a thumbs up and walk behind Zelda.
Yep.
Nice.
I am sort of rubbernecking on her screens though, because the timing of all this, we hit some weird rock. People are randomly dying because of maybe glitches, but probably not.
She for sure is squirrely, right?
Yeah.
For sure,
man.
right? I think, I think the time those 3 have been working here, it's hard to tell who's in charge, right? They seem to have their spheres of expertise, and they seem to work well together, but she seems uncharacteristically squirrely right now.
Join the club.
Yes. Dr. Hex, I'm going to need a skill check from you.
All right. Let me pull up my character sheet. What is the thing?
So if you've got artificial intelligence, that'd be fantastic.
I do not, but I probably should have taken that one, but I didn't see where this was going to go. So
No, it's okay. It's all right. Computers, then hacking.
I do not have computers, and I do not think I have hacking either.
All right. What about you, Zelda? Do you have computers? Are you trained in computers?
No, I don't think so. Where's computers?
Right.
Not me talking authoritatively about computers without the mechanics.
No, I've got like heavy machinery. I've got mechanical repair. I've got scavenging. I've got jury rigging. I do not have computers.
Nice, fantastic. So I think what we're doing is I feel like machine learning by then has advanced enough that it's like you don't get to dig in and use the command line type stuff. You're using like the GUI, right? And that might only get you so far to do some things. You connect these things and you connect these things. You can't really get into the guts of what you want, but it might get you close. right?
Okay.
So you feed that data in, right? That is going to be a intellect check. I would say disadvantage, but since you're helping each other, it's just a straight intellect check.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Did I do it? I did it. Right? Yeah?
Mhm.
Wow, fantastic.
Ooh. Look at that big bad intellect.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you get it in, and it's going to start chugging through that data. Because you guys grab like a handful of goggles, some in number
Yeah.
of goggles of data to run through. So it's going to take a little bit, maybe less than an hour. It's going to start running through that data, and it's going to have some stuff for you.
I think while we're waiting, I'm trying to figure out, is there any sort of like settlement-wide comm setup where I can figure out where Sarge went off to, because that seems stressful. And like,
Oh yeah,
what's
oh
up?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think you can get audio and visual,
Oh,
and
nice.
I imagine, right? You find that, and you go take a look at that, and we cut over to Sarge.
Sick.
So you've got the street of Teamsters on the ground, security forces on the ground, and let me see if I get this right. Woods, Dixon, and Shepard. They're also
Yes.
down.
Yeah, I like first checked my 3. My cat's trying to get in the room. It's kind of amusing. I first checked the my 3, the 3 Marines, to make sure, are they in fact dead or are they just unconscious? Maybe they're unconscious and there's something going wrong with their thing, just in case.
Right. No, that's fair. That seems fair. All 3 of them, no vital signs. No signs of trauma or shots or bruises, just like the other 2 you saw earlier. Just no vital signs.
Do we have anything like a adrenaline shot kind of doohickey that Marines might carry?
I think there might be a thing. Let's say yes.
I like
'Cause
try
I
that.
would check. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. To no effect, nothing happens. I think you inject them. I think each Marine may carry their own, right? And the vital signs remain not present. They're
I
dead.
I start checking the others. Is there anybody and I start scanning the area. Is there anybody happen to be alive still?
Yeah. Yes. So in this mess along the street, everyone is down. I think as you and the team you brought are scanning around, looking around, Moore says, there are 2. I don't know who they are. They're not our guys. There are 2 on the roof right over there. I can see them.
I train my gun that way. Come down now and nobody gets hurt.
It's a woman's voice. She said, "No way in hell. I'm not coming down there."
What happened?
You should lower your voice, right? And you should put those weapons down, right? I'm not coming down there. You're about to find out what happened.
Well, that sounds like a threat.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Very
It does.
much so.
But you're the Sarge.
I start scanning the area again. I am not putting my weapons down because that would be silly in this case.
Right.
Were there still people on the ship that we dropped from?
Your ship?
Yes.
Yes. You brought 3. You have 4 more wherever you left them. So you brought 3 with you here, 3 are dead. You've got
Mhm.
4 more. I'm assuming back where the Teamsters and the ship is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I mean, is there like a ship still circling with people on it above us?
Oh, gotcha. No, she took that back to the arcology, the Tubman arcology.
Got it.
She just assumed this squad was enough to handle getting that stealth suit.
Boy, are you wrong. Yeah, sure. I'm going to radio back into headquarters then. Hey, we've got something really weird going on. We're down 3 Marines already. There's something really hinky going on here. We're going to need some autopsy units and body bags. Lots and lots of body bags.
That's the other subtitle of this game.
Lots of body bags.
Yeah, the body count is high.
I mean, we're up to what, like 15 so far?
Like, I was gonna say the body count could be a drinking game, but the body count should not be a drinking game.
This is too much drinking already.
No, I mean, you would not be in a good way.
Every time you find a body, take a shot. No, alcohol poisoning.
Then that's like a recursive loop because then bodies are dropping from drinking too many shots, and then you have to drink more shots.
And I'm a flyweight. We really don't want to see that.
I'm there with you.
The rest of your team is kind of looking through the mess. I think they're pretty certain your 3 troops are dead, right? And so they're going through hands-on, checking the rest of the bodies on the street. And was it Livingston, Steele, and Moore? Lincoln, sorry.
Yeah,
Lincoln.
Sure.
So Lincoln says, man, some of these don't have a scratch on them. This is crazy, Sarge.
Sounds like the bodies they brought back from the mines. Which, oh boy. All right, grab our guys. Is there a building nearby that we can hole up in and fortify until?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So, like I said, the streets are on. You've got 4 or 5 buildings. Let me see if I can bring this back up here. Oops, here we go. Yeah, you've got 4 or 5 buildings. Here's my marker that you can pick from to hold up in. Most of them are like workshop type facilities.
That'll work.
1 or 2 stories, not very high.
I tell the other 3 to grab the 3 Marines that are down and drag them into the nearest building, and then post up by the window and keep an eye on the street until we get some reinforcements. I'm going to try to raise that security walkie-talkie that I used earlier.
Right.
Figuring it's probably still on and near where Zelda and Hex are.
Right.
Hey, we got another like 10 or 15 down here. Looks like same thing. Possibly. Not a scratch on a bunch of them.
All of them?
No, not all of them. Some of them were, in fact, shot. Because, I'm guessing 1 or 2 of them went down, and that just started off a chain reaction of everybody shooting everybody. And, yeah.
Do you have access to footage of what happened? I don't know why I'm stuck on looking at this footage. Like, I think because I'm like, what the hell else can I do? Like, I don't know what's happening, but I can look at the footage.
I don't know how classified it is yet, but probably.
Well, we should have, I mean, no promises, but we should know something within the hour. We're processing a bunch of footage right now that should probably get us closer to seeing what's up with the glitches. But are you somewhere where you can just hang tight?
I'm in workshop. Like look for some kind of designation.
It's a metal workshop.
The metal workshop.
Hmm.
Lots and lots of hunks of metal and tools and crap.
I feel like Zelda would know where that is.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
By the way, you've got at least 2 civilians posted on top of a building nearby that say we should watch out for what's coming. They seem to know what happened here, so
Civilians? Did you catch their names?
old lady. No, I suppose I could ask if you really want me to. Do you not know where your people are?
They're not my people.
They
You're
can't.
not in charge of the Teamsters.
I mean, not officially, no.
Oh. Well, who is?
I don't know.
They
They don't listen to me to be in charge, so I'm not in charge. And you can the thing that I am not saying, but you're totally hearing, is that they don't pay me, but I still boss people around.
Nice. In Everett Tower, on the comm system, Zelda, you know the android's voice, Mason72. It calls in and it identifies itself. It says, "This is Mason72. Andy is deceased."
What happened? Where are you?
I'm in the bore, section 3.
Like down in the borehole?
Yeah, down in the borehole. Yeah.
Why? Why did you go down in there?
Val gets up and she keys something on the keyboard and puts her headset on, and she says, "Mason."
That's fair.
So he's not on big speaker anymore, and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
having this conversation with Mason at this point. What do you want to do?
I mean, apart from like spitefully yanking out the headphone cord, which I don't actually think would work.
Sergeant Grooves.
I mean, it's fine. Like, if she doesn't want us to help her, then we'll go back to doing our own stuff.
Oof.
So yeah, I'll turn back to the doctor and I'll be like, any progress on the AI yet?
And then I have so many questions about what's happening with Andy in the board. Like, why is he going there?
I mean, it sounds like Andy's dead, so that's kind of a static situation now.
Yeah, you're right. And however dead Andy is, Andy's gonna stay that dead until we.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so
That is true. It's not like he can get deader, right?
no,
That's,
Andy can
that's
wait.
the third subtitle.
How much deader can Andy get?
That's right.
Do I know anything from like just waiting for the AI to go through all the stuff?
Oh yeah, I need a sanity check. I'll tell you some things.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Let's roll. Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yes.
Oh man! All right, that was
And
great.
I
That was
don't have to
fantastic.
take stress for that.
No, but right? Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. So what's happening is, I imagine, as the software is working through the footage you fed into it, it's actually running. You can see the visuals from the footage, no sound, just all the visual stuff. In some areas, it's kind of unified some of the pixelation, right? So maybe some of the rendering's getting better. It's chroma keyed some of the images and things like that, right? So now I think what you're seeing in some cases, just before bodies fall and drop, and there's kind of like an aura, right? there's the body, right, without an aura. Then there's like a little ball of an aura, and then it's in the body, right? Then you see that aura come out the backside of the bodies, right? Or whatever point it entered, it comes all the way through, right? And then it gets sucked back into the body. Then the body drops, right? And as it's processing this film, right, those aura pieces, they get larger and larger. They start out like a ball, right? But by the time you're done looking, you had enough, right? They're almost human size, right? And it looks like they float along and they hit a body, right? And it kind of takes over the body, and then an aura comes out the backside of the body and then gets sucked back in, and then the body drops.
So I don't know what to say other than that we are all in danger. That's some spooky stuff right there. And is it an energy weapon? Is it sentient? Is it, I don't know. All I know is that there is some sort of thing that is doing things to people.
And they are dying.
And they are dying, yeah. Without any sign of trauma.
There's a ruckus happening outside the metal shop.
Why not?
Of course. Because of course there
Well,
is. Nothing ever goes right. It's a horror game.
That's right. It's Nick, the Teamster, who left, and you said,
Yeah.
whatever, go get killed, right? They finally made it over there, right?
Damn it, Nick. I like sticking my head over at the window,
Uh-huh.
seeing what the ruckus is.
They're looking over the bodies that are out there. They are desecrating the security forces' bodies. Some of them are grabbing whatever weapons and stuff. Some of them are kicking the dead bodies that are down, right? Some of them are mourning their own people that are down. They're getting themselves worked up.
You know what? I'm not inclined to stop them. I brought the Marines in with me. Yeah. I do yell out, saving cameras, you got, apparently your boss kind of wants to see what might have happened. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Which I feel like we know what it is now. It's just a matter of like, how do we not all
Die?
Yeah. Like, it seems like it's kind of indiscriminate. These things are just floating around, and then when they hit you, they absorb into your body, and then they kill you, and then they like get back out of your body. And
you can't see them to run away from them.
You can't see them. Also, they're getting bigger and bigger, which the bigger they get, the greater the odds of them hitting you. And when they hit you, they go through you, and then they kill you. But what are they? Is it like an energy weapon or an alien? Or like, how do we find out? I have no idea. I'm at a loss.
Is the, well, you said the Marines didn't have a scratch on them. Yes?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so our armor is not better than their armor. So much for that idea. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking through the footage on the free that we have. While I'm keeping an eye on doofuses out there.
Nice. The Marines, they come onto a firefight. I think Dixon tries to talk reason, and he takes some shots, but his armor soaks that up, right? So he's not hurt or anything by it. They start to return fire, Woods, Dixon, and Shepard. I think the technology, the tech that you guys are carrying are a little better than the goggles. Actually, it's a lot better than the goggles and the tech that the Teamsters and the security folks have. Mm-hmm. So you can see what looks like kind of a shimmer, right? A figure shimmering in some of the footage. And I think maybe you're looking at all three different footage, bouncing back and around, trying to get a full picture of everything. Or maybe you can tie it all together and kind of look at it all in one shot. And sorry, I looked at the chat. Somebody said, "Nope, nope, 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 run away."
That was me. I said that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like run so fast that you escape gravity and exit the planet.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
So
leaving
I
Mars now.
think your troops begin returning fire. From Dixon's footage, you see one of the security folks who is firing at the Teamsters, right? You see a shimmer, right? And it looks like a full figure, 2 legs, 2 arms. It's just a shimmer around it. Like, I want to say like it's invisible, but you don't see anything other than like a heat wave kind of shimmer.
Mhm.
And then, like I said, it goes into that security person's body, right? Uh, but then you see a different kind of shimmer come out the backside of the body. It's like it got knocked because it's coming out like it got hit this way, like that, right? And it's flailing, and then it just dissipates,
Okay.
and then the body falls. Lincoln goes, "Whoa, is that stealth suit?"
Possibly.
As you continue to watch the footage, the same thing happens to the 3 of your Marines that are shooting. And then eventually, the folks who don't catch lethal shots, they're also taken down. It looks like 3 or 4 of these shimmering figures, right? Because it's not one everywhere, right? It's 3 or 4 in that group of a mess of folks firing on each other.
Like, she sees that as like, no, unless there's more than one of them, and I think they'd have trouble keeping more than one of them secret. I mean, I suppose they could have more than one, but you've met these guys. Do you think they could keep a secret for more than 5 minutes? Really?
And then Moore says, "Man, there's something wrong with my HUD. I got a
Ah,
glitch
shit.
in here." You see that? Are you guys getting that?
I'm like looking around actively, trying to see any like if there's like a full spectrum option on the HUD. I'm like using it.
Extremely nope. I am at an extreme level of nope right now. Oh yeah.
Back to a corner.
So I want to say, I wasn't sure, but I love this game now.
You promised a TPK.
Well, in the little fine print, I said not the first session.
Yeah, there was an asterisk, and you said
Yeah.
no one is gonna die this session. In this session, in parentheses.
That's right, not this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like backs into a corner, like weapon out, trying to like see anything that's going on, and she like yells at the other 3 to do the same.
Right. Ooh, nice. So, first, give me a. Man, this is hard. Are you scared? Or are you trying to make sense of everything?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. There is a frisson of fear, definitely.
Gotcha. Let's go with a sanity save, and then I will tell you some things.
Nope.
Aww.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose you?
All right. You will take a point of stress.
All right.
That's not good for your Marines.
Probably not.
Everyone kind of finds a place to back into. I think as you're rolling through spectrums on your HUD, I think it's out of the corner of your eye, you see that glitchy kind of thing Moore was talking about earlier. And then maybe you turn a little bit and you can see that shimmering in that corner you've chosen to back into. It's human size. It's got a human outer kind of outline to it. And it seems to just be floating, standing there in the corner. It's kind of like a heat shimmer. That's what I was trying to get at. I couldn't get my words together.
Gotcha. Who goes there?
It just hovers there.
We don't want any trouble. We'd prefer you didn't kill any more of our people. What's it going to take to make you go away?
And it doesn't seem to respond. It's just floating right there. Nothing changes about it. Moore takes the time to swap cartridges in her weapon.
Do not fire until I tell you to.
Oh, this is so spooky. Sorry, I'm over here making faces like I'm watching a horror movie happen, like in real time. That I'm like, oh my god, I can't stop making faces.
The Teamsters outside are getting really rowdy. I think Nick kicks open the door of the metal shop.
Dumbass.
Yes, he is.
He's got one of the rifles, one of the pulse rifles from one of the security folks. It's actually a taser rifle, right? Because they were carrying non-lethal munitions. And he's like, hey, I got this thing turned all the way up. I don't care if it kills everybody in the room. I need some answers. Why are all my people dead out here?
Okay.
What are you going to do about that?
I've got like my weapon trained on him, and my weapon is decidedly lethal. Your people were killing each other before my people got there. So maybe you want to calm down and back the fuck out for a minute, because we've got bigger shit going on in here. And I don't particularly care if you die or not. I'd rather it not be me killing you. And she's like not really. She's like splitting her attention between the thing in the corner and Nick.
Right?
Does Nick block that she's like looking at something else?
I think Nick is full into being mad, being angry. He's got a brand new toy. He wants to try it out, right? And I think he looks around the room, right? And then he levels the rifle at Sarge. He's like, y'all don't look like y'all doing anything in here. I need you to come out here and do something with these security folks, right? That's what we pay you to do. That's where our money goes. Do your job.
Don't you pay your security folks to do your security folks' job? Do I look like your security folks?
He fingers the rifle. You can hear it wind up, start to spool up, like the taser rifles do.
Boy, if you point that thing at me, you better be willing to use it. You better hope I die on the first shot. Because if I get back up, you are not going to be a happy camper. Just so you know, these things are a little taser-proofed. Like she's gesturing at her armor.
Nice.
Player doesn't know if they actually are or not. It's totally a bluff.
Right. I think so. The shimmer kind of fades from your HUD, not entirely, right? Only because it's moving, and it's moving toward Nick.
Oh.
Well.
Nice knowing you.
It's just giving me very Annihilation vibes.
Yeah. Oh God! Now I'm thinking of the scary screaming bear from Annihilation.
So I think
Are we gonna give
I
us
think-
kid nightmares?
I think Nick's last words start with "you think," right? And you can see he's kind of knocked back. The rifle falls out of his hands, right?
Oh no.
Sarge, with your HUD, you can also see Nick's ghostly form kind of come out his back, right? And then again, it dissipates. And then Nick's physical form just falls back in the threshold. And the rifle drops down onto the ground.
Hold your fire.
I think these are panic checks.
Fear.
Isn't it panic free if you see someone die?
Yes.
I'm trying to
And that's
find
okay because this is our first panic check.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find panic on my sheet.
Sure. So what you're going to do is it's really a stress check, 2d10, and if you roll over your stress, you don't panic and you relieve one stress. That's step one. Let me see the sheet. Actually, I can pull yours up. Yeah, so I think
So cool.
you can just hit the stress circle, and I think it'll roll it.
No,
No?
no.
You just manually roll a d10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll roll 2d10.
Oh, 2d10. Okay.
Yeah. And you want to roll under your stress.
I thought-
Oh, no, you want to roll over your
Yeah, I was
stress.
like, wait,
I'm
no.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Otherwise, you want to be
Yes.
extremely stressed.
Yeah,
And then
you
you're
want to
good.
roll over your stress.
Right, so I successfully rolled over my stress, which means my stress goes down by 1.
That is correct.
All right.
Which is nice because you don't freak out the rest of your Marines.
Good.
And they follow your order. I think they kind of step back, take a breath, right? Lower their weapons, right? They compose themselves.
Does
I
the
think-
shimmer show up again after the guy drops?
Now, it looks like it moves right onto the outside after the guy drops.
And I can't track it past there. Hello, cat.
Unless you go outside, yes.
You come in at the stressful moments, really? No, she's just gonna watch from the window. If she doesn't see anything, she's gonna step over, pull the taser rifle away from Nick,
Right.
check to see if he's dead. Okay, he's dead.
Right.
Check to see if anybody else is out there.
Right. There are other Teamsters out there. They saw Nick fall. Some of them are armed with security forces armament, and they're pissed off right now.
I would advise you, gentlemen, to find a place to hole up, preferably without weapons, because whatever just did that does not like having weapons trained on them.
And Carol, she says, "You just killed my Nick."
Ma'am, I didn't kill jack shit. Trust me, if I had killed your Nick, he'd have a lot bigger hole in his chest.
Nice.
Solid.
That is. There we are. The rest of them, actually, there's only 3 that have taser rifles. The other 2 have what other small wrenches and torches that they work with. But the other 3 bring their taser rifles to bear at Sarge.
She just sighs. I tried to warn you. I like look for whoever it was that was on the roof.
Right.
You're watching this, right? You're gonna tell them what stupidity they're doing right now?
And I think that woman is an older woman, right? And I think you can see like gray streaks in her hair, and she's kind of peeking over the side, right? I think we can see how scared she is, but she can't not look, right? Let's cut back to Everett Tower and see what Zelda and Dr. Hex are up to.
Oh, I think you're muted.
I'm muted. Yeah. To what extent has Sarge been updating us? Because I know we have like the comms between us. Like, what do we know about what just happened?
That's up to you, Sarge. What? How much have you relayed back to Everett Tower?
She probably kept the comms open, so you probably would have heard the like interactions.
Okay, so we know that something went down in the shimmery thing was involved with it, and it killed Nick.
Yep. Also, that there were some teamsters threatening people with phasers.
Yeah, which sure.
Thanks.
That happens.
And we've pieced together that this like thing is killing people. Do we know that do we know if there's only one?
No, I think I reported that there were multiple signatures that we saw.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
So we are not safe by virtue of the thing being closer to you, because the thing could also be here.
There could be another one there. Yes, that is entirely possible.
Sucks. I don't like that at all.
And you won't know it's coming until it's too late.
But you could see it with
Full spectrum analysis.
I wonder if there are any like goggles that because we have a bunch of goggles. Like, would any of these goggles help us to see it coming? And then we could just like, oh man, I'm trying to like, what is an active action that is not just put on goggles and hide in a corner?
You make it sound like find a pair of goggles and hide to get a quarter is not a valid option.
Yeah, I vote for that.
That's what I want to do. That's not a good story.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
I mean, I feel like Jay seems pretty excited about us all wanting to run away or hide.
Okay, let's put on some goggles and hide, is my vote.
Yeah, I was laughing. I'm like, man, if I can't do anything about it, I don't want to see it coming, right? I don't want to watch it and not be able to do anything about it.
Jay is clearly not a horror movie fan.
I don't want to just like have my like ghost pushed out of my body and not know it's about to happen.
You probably have heard Sarge saying that nothing seemed to be happening as long as you weren't threatening it. So,
but the guys that we saw in the boar that got killed, like the first two, weren't threatening it. They were just having an argument.
They were fighting each other.
Okay, so I need to
stop fighting.
Not fight Zelda, and extra super not fight the shimmer thing, and also put on some goggles, and also like
find the ship and get the hell out of here.
Well, that too, but that's like less of an immediate action plan than putting on some goggles.
I was just about to confront Val.
Okay, you do that. I'm putting on goggles in the corner.
So we see Val kind of packing like a backpack and getting her evil helmet, right? She sets that on her desk. She's got this backpack she's putting stuff in.
I thought you said evil helmet.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Sorry, yeah, environment helmet, right? She puts her environment helmet there. She looks like she's getting ready to go on a trip.
Where are you going, Val?
I got some things I need to go check out over on the boar.
Is there a way that I can like read her to tell her she's fucking lying?
I took a look. I don't see a skill, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, she's lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to figure that out too. There's a lot of things we used to grab, and I'm stumbling. But this is obvious. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not telling you everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's. I think my guess is that she's trying to like GTFO off this planet, maybe, or out of this arcology. I don't know. And I'm not super keen on her taking a transport of some kind, especially if it
Mhm.
means leaving other people behind.
Right. Right.
What kind of transports are there? Like, do I have a sense of whether or not they're like one
yeah.
person, two person?
No, so you have multiple transports here at the settlement. Most of them, I will say all of them are land-based. They're tracked or wheeled. And you actually have a hangar that they all are stored in and maintained in.
So you would know that we could get in a car and leave.
Hmm? Yeah, I do now. Yes. Yeah. So I think I kind of like hold a hand out like in front of me and I'm like, if you're not actually going to the boar, if you're going to the transport, we're coming with you.
And she said, "No, I'm actually going to the. So look, I'm going to the boar, but maybe we should have said something sooner. The boar hit something metal below the third section, below the third level, and we got some samples, and it's a composite metal. It's not. It's artificial,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so Andy and Mason went to go look,
Mm-hmm. And now Andy's dead.
but Mason's still over there, and I want.
Well, arguably not alive, being an android, sort of, technically. Go on.
I was going to go get whatever data Andy had.
What makes you think that you will get the data and come back alive?
I don't know what else to do.
Okay, cool. You go do that. I'm gonna get on transport. If you really want to go in that hole, you'll probably get yourself killed. You go do that thing.
I worry about these people.
Nice.
Going into the boar for no reason.
I know.
It's ridiculous. People keep going into the fucking boar. There's no need.
I think at this point I will turn and go back to Dr. Hoffman and relay what I have heard and say, "There's a transport. We should." And I think like I'll also make sure the Sarge can hear me. We should get on the transport.
To the chopper.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get on this transport. I'm taking the goggles with me, at least one pair, because
At least
maybe
one pair.
Thing coming. It's I also feel very like there's a huge difference between like horror media where like the protagonist does the stupid thing because it drives the story versus like being a character in horror media and being like, oh, I absolutely would not do that. So I'm like, getting on this transporter is totally just running away from our problems, but the plot is solving the problem. But also like, I'm out.
I'm out, right? I'm out.
I mean, the thing about the story is it's gonna follow us. Is
I
the
know
thing.
we're gonna throw some sort of wrench in the plan of just running away, but for now I'm like,
I wouldn't do that.
We're not gonna die if we run away. It'll be fine.
running away is
Fine.
totally a valid and correct option in the circumstances.
All right, so what? Okay, I want that, and I'm good. All right. So the hangar where the transports are very close to where the Sarge is. So you'll have to make your way from Everett Tower over to where the action is.
Okay.
Let's just.
I'll also take some goggles, but I don't put them on yet.
Oh wait, is my cargo carrier by chance closer?
It is. It is. Arguably, it's closer. It's north, where the hangar where the vehicles are to the south.
Because we could all hop in the cargo carrier, and then we could take Steve with us.
Yeah, then we'd have the android with us.
Right.
Or we could have Steve come meet us. I feel like I could give Steve instructions remotely and just have him like run.
And that could work
wanna
too.
leave Steve.
I want to leave Steve.
Steve is going to be the final girl.
That's right.
Steve, the final girl. Yes. Beachy.
So, is that the plan to the
Well, what do you
the
think?
settlement vehicles or to your cargo carrier?
Yeah, I think if the cargo carrier is out of our way, I think if you can remotely tell Steve where to go, excuse me, we should do that, and then you and I can just try to get to the hangar.
Yeah, and I feel like what I imagine would happen is that Steve would have some way of knowing my location. So I'd be
Yeah.
like, just intercept me, and then we just start going, and then Steve will just like find us along the way.
Gotcha. That's perfect.
But I'm not picking up any weapons.
You're smart.
Nice. I like it.
I mean, it's totally not going to keep you from dying, but it was
I
smart.
know. Yeah.
I have a switchblade, and I'm not gonna use it.
I'm not gonna use it. We will cut back to Sarge and the standoff.
Yeah,
So-
she's holding her ground. She's not like backing down from them at all.
Right, right.
I mean, she has warned them of the consequences of what's going to happen if they shoot her.
It's true.
No, you did. You did. Carol says, and she doesn't have one of the rifles. She says, "Why don't you and your troops come on out, and we'll figure something out." I don't know.
I like look around.
Mhm.
Nah, I don't think I will. I'm just saying.
And again,
Someone took out a lot of your people before we even got here. And if you look, they don't even have a mark on them. And I'm guessing that lady up there saw exactly what happened. And if you talk to her, she'd tell you. So I'm going to stay here while you go do that. Run along.
oh man, you told them about the old lady.
Yup.
Uh-oh.
I figure she works with them.
Yeah, and I think she ducks back down, right, and backs away from that edge, because she doesn't want any of this, but she couldn't stop looking, right? She saw a lot, and I think you're right. I think she knows what happened, and she wants to see is it going to happen again. But if you out her, right, she kind of backs away, and then Carol's group kind of breaks apart because they know her, right? They recognize her. And they try to, some of them break off to go intercept her. Carol goes to check out Nick to see if he's really dead.
Yeah, he's McFucking dead.
Not just dead.
I'm going to have to remember that one.
Not just dead. Nice. And I think she's, she's doing the crying. She's falling apart. She's breaking up. And she looks up at Sarge and she's like, "What happened? What's going on? What's happening?"
I know.
Aren't you supposed to protect us?
Oh God.
Out of curiosity, what is the Space Marine mission?
So Witherspoon said, "Bring me back one of those
No,
spacesuits."
but like the general core Space Marine army.
Right. So so the Marines here on Mars, they're since there's no one government, they kind of get pushed around to go do jobs you don't want security, because you've seen what security's done here, have done, right? They have some authority to arrest, detain, and take people back to our colleges where they have a better form of justice. But out here in the settlement, it's the Wild West. It's whatever, right? And I think the Marines are sent to kind of put down some type of authority, some type of order, even though they're far away from where the other arcologies are.
Lady, you find me somebody I can arrest, I will do it. But right now, all I've got to go on is less than nothing.
One of her other people, the two that are left, one's holding a taser rifle, the other two left with taser rifles. And he's like, "What should we do?"
Honestly, I'd advise you to put down your weapons, get your shit, and find the nearest ship and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you having your other troops, Lincoln, Steele, and Moore, because they're still inside. You're at the threshold. I
Mhm.
think talking sense is disarming this crowd.
I kind of have like the wait signal going, because unless there's like another way out of this metal shed.
Right, right. I imagine there are probably bay doors on the side for bringing in big things, right?
Mhm.
You can open those and come out the side, but they're big
It'd be
bay
loud
doors.
and very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is over here. They're going to disperse. They're broken. In some amount of time, Zelda and Dr. Hex, you can see them from one end of the street, because they'll have to pass it to get to where the hangar bay is, where the vehicles are. Val is, as you leave the towers, she is going to the big bore drill.
She gonna die.
She's gonna die.
Well, good for her.
You do that, sweetie. We'll be over here.
Nobody's paying me enough to go into that borehole. Listen.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's nothing good happening in the bore.
That's an understatement.
There are actively bad things happening in the bore.
True facts.
Those are true facts.
So yeah, once the crowd disperses, we'll come out. I am gonna like see if that lady stayed up on the roof, or if she took the advice of everybody and was like, "Hey, maybe we should retreat now."
Right. I think with the sensor packages the Marines have, right? Let's say you can see infrared and see heat signatures. You saw her book it away from that edge once you outed her, because she wants no part of any of that.
I don't blame her.
Right. And so, yeah, I think she took off running, and my guess is the other guys will catch up with her. She's, she's not stealthy, but she's going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm fine with letting her go. I have no particular need for her to stay. So yeah, once the others disperse, I like gesture to the other three, and we start heading towards the boar.
Gotcha. Lincoln is confused, and he says, "What, Sarge? So should I have my weapon ready? Should I not have it ready? Why are we going to the boar?"
Well, apparently that's where this all started. I'm guessing if there's a secondary mission we're supposed to be accomplishing, which there is, it's going to be down there.
Oh my god, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah. As far as whether you should have your weapon ready, hold it lightly.
Can I tell Sarge that what Val told me about the like non-natural metal that the boar drilled into?
Yes.
Yeah, palms are open still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, yeah, what the boar hit, not natural, definitely metal.
Do they have a sample?
They do down there, along with one dead tech, and another one's on her way.
And she said they had enough of a sample back at Everett Tower that they had looked at, that they had discerned that whatever that metal is, right, it's not natural, it's artificial. Something made it, right? Why Andy and Mason 7-2 went back.
Well, Mason 7-2 is still there, presumably.
Yeah.
They
Do you have
can
contact with your robot?
Zelda, can you contact Mason 7-2?
Can I? I mean, yeah, I guess. Sure. Yes, I can. I got jerry rigging, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about that. Do you care if Val is aware of your communication with Mason 7-2?
Nope.
All right, then yeah, you can contact Mason.
What do you want to say?
I guess just like ask for more information. Like confirm what killed Andy. Confirm, is Val there? And if Val is there, is Val alive? Like, I don't know, like what's going on?
Sure. Yeah, I'll ask for that info.
Okay.
Sorry, I got lost in chat. Mason, what does Mason say?
I mean, I'm guessing Andy died the same way the other people have been dying.
Probably.
Yeah, Mason says unknown. It's an anomaly. I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, he might give you more than that. He talks about different. I'm not a doctor, but he talks about like blood pressure spiking, heart levels rising, maybe some different
brain
hormones in your
activity
body.
or something. Yeah.
All that stuff, right?
Okay.
It all sounds like stress, right? High levels of stress, right? And
we're all stressed right now. Mason. What'd you say, Dom?
I said, you know who has high stress? All of us.
All of us.
Yeah. Has Mason 72 learned anything else from the data that they found in the borehole?
Mason says it seems we have breached a vehicle.
Oh.
A vehicle?
What if it was like an alien pod and the aliens are coming out and the aliens are here to kill us?
Do you actually say it like that?
I don't say it like that, but I do say it.
And Mason says it is a starship of unknown origin.
Of course it is.
Freaking called it. Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me there's an alien spaceship down here?
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Mason, has Val gotten there yet?
Not yet. She is en route. I am moving bodies.
Bodies? Multiple?
Wait.
Who else apart from Andy?
The other Teamsters and the security
alright.
personnel that have fallen.
I
Okay.
like look out the window. Is there an android moving things around?
You're en route to the boar. He's down in the boar.
Yeah.
So you can't see him from where you are.
So there's a bunch of dead people in the boar too.
There's at least
Just
4, right?
At least 4 dead people.
peachy.
Right.
Just peachy. You hear her muttering to herself in the comm. What a moon, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It'll be a cakewalk. We'll get a promotion.
Headquarters gets back to you, Sarge. It is Major Witherspoon
Oh shit.
herself.
Oh, okay.
She says, give me an update.
We potentially have hostile aliens, Major. Well, apparently the mining crew here struck a alien vessel. That may be the source of the strange energy signals that we're seeing that are killing people. They don't appear to like fighting, so if you come, don't come in hot.
And this stealth suit?
Still haven't seen it, but I'm guessing that's what the aliens are wearing. There's more than one of them. Aliens, that is. I don't know if there's more than one stealth suit. I don't even know if there is a stealth suit. Or if they're just like some kind of weird energy signature, and that's what kind of person they are. It could be either at this point, ma'am.
What's the status of your team?
Down 3. I've got 3 with me, 4 keeping an eye on the Teamsters and the security personnel while they make a strategic retreat from the area.
And then she says, I need you to encrypt the rest of this communication.
Switching to encrypted.
And then she says, I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass about any non-marine personnel down there on that ground. I need to know if there's a stealth suit. If there isn't, then I need you to hightail it out of there.
We're
If
investigating
there
now, ma'am.
is, I need to get one of those stealth suits.
As soon as I have answers, you'll have answers, ma'am.
Oh, I really want to know what her motives are.
Get a
With a
stealth
spoon
suit.
out. Yes, you want a stealth suit. Who doesn't want a stealth suit?
I don't. I want off this planet.
Yeah. I don't want to. I want to leave.
But she says they will send the med units and backup units ASAP.
Mighty kind of you, ma'am.
And then she cuts out with a spoon out.
You hear swearing for a minute. Possibly
Nice.
not in English. Probably not in English.
When the Sarge gets to the borehole with your team, you can see an android, presumably Mason 72, with two of the security, actually one of each, one Teamster and one of the security personnel. And maybe the android is strong. Maybe it can carry heavy loads. So maybe it's got one in each hand, however it's carrying them, right? And it's going
makes
down
sense.
the borehole with the bodies, right?
It's taking bodies down into the
Excuse me?
borehole.
Yes.
Excuse me.
God.
Why?
Pardon me. She like radios in. What's the designation of your robot?
Mason 72.
Halt, Mason 72.
You have no authority over me.
Oh no.
Mason
Robot.
72.
And it
What
keeps
are you
walking.
doing?
Mason responds to Zelda, and Mason 72 says, I am relocating the dead bodies.
Why? Who told you to do this?
It is part of my protocols, part of my tasks.
Okay, from when? Who gave you this task?
They have always been my task.
To move the bodies into the tunnel? What kind of fucked up shit do you program your robots to do?
I don't
Where
know.
are Zelda and Dr. Hex right now?
We were headed to the hangar. Did we make it
Yeah.
to the hangar? And
Yes.
rendezvous with Steve?
Mhm.
Right. So you're at the hangar. I imagine some of the Teamsters have the same idea.
Mhm.
We're getting the hell out of here, right? And they're at the hangar also. There's probably less than a dozen of them there right now. And they're kind of self-organizing who's getting into what vehicles, who we're waiting for, and that kind of thing, so we can have a nice orderly exodus out of here. Remember, this settlement had about 300 people here,
Mhm.
right? Part of that argument is we don't have enough vehicles to move 300 people, even if, say, 20 of them are dead,
I
right?
was gonna say we have fewer than 300 now.
That's
Yeah.
right. Steve has not shown up yet, but he should have, right? It's an android, and it can move fast. Not super fast, but
I
it's not
want
going to
to
get tired making that run.
I want to page Steve and be like, "Hey, Steve, where are you at?"
I'm moving bodies.
Oh God!
I repeat my question.
Fuck's sake.
Steve, who told you to do that?
It is my task. It has always been my task to move bodies.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's not terrifying at all.
I'm following Mason, by the way.
You're following Mason?
Yeah.
Is Steve
Nice.
also down there? Where are you moving bodies?
So I suppose the next big concentration of bodies are at that fight site that the sergeant left. And so
Steve's
I
moving
imagine,
there.
yeah, he's grabbed whatever he could carry, and he's making his way over to the big bore.
This sucks. I like Steve. I was
I like
attached
Steve
to
too.
Steve.
I-
Right.
Steve is friend.
You got like a way to like remote shut him off or something?
Yeah. Can I just like power off Steve?
yeah, you can.
Powering off Steve.
Done. You do the same thing for Mason 72?
Oh, yeah, if I can.
No, you can power him off.
100%.
Yeah, no, he's just shut down, done, off.
Okay.
Your robot just dropped.
Yeah, I turned him off.
Oh, okay. Phew. You gotta warn me.
But yeah, it was.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was heading down the
It's going
board,
down
and
the
there's only
board.
3 levels because it's still drilling, and that's where they stopped it because they hit whatever that metal was at that point.
Hmm. You mean the metal spaceship?
Yeah, that one.
The alien spaceship.
Yes, the metal spaceship.
Yeah, so the robots are off, so the situation is like 0.5% less creepy.
Still significantly creepy though.
Still extremely creepy, yes. Should we go see Steve if we can find him and see what happened to his programming?
Sure.
I mean, or we could. I look at Dr. Hoffman. I don't say this over the radio. I'm like, or we could just leave. We could just
We
leave.
can just go.
I'm trying to decide how badly do I not want to leave without Steve. I feel like I'm attached to Steve, but not to the extent of endangering my own life. And I'm aware that like staying here means that we could die, and I can get a new Steve. So let's just go.
Great. Sarge, I think we're gonna head out.
That sounds like a smart thing to do.
I have a healthy sense of self-preservation.
Sarge
Yes.
does not blame you one bit. Okay? You are not a Marine. This is not your job.
That's right. Without a doubt, Mason 72 was taking those bodies down to the breach in that starship down below. That's the only place it could go, right? I mean, there's nothing else down there, right?
Yeah,
So that's obvious.
a little bit ominous.
Right. Back at. Go ahead.
I can't believe Steve was just like doing creepy stuff without asking me. I'm in charge here.
We're supposed to be in charge here, right? And was Steve ever doing creepy stuff before today?
No,
That you know of.
that I know of. Steve has not, to my knowledge, been creepy in the past.
Nice. Back at the hangar, Crawford, who, unless you guys were having a quiet, secret conversation, Crawford says, these vehicles aren't going anywhere till we get more people here. We're trying to move as many people as we can. We're not leaving anybody behind.
We are
Okay.
necessarily going to have to leave people behind. But if that's the case, we can just go to my cargo carrier and get Steve on the way.
You say that? Because
Yeah.
Crawford's going to want that cargo.
Oh,
yeah,
carrier
I should have
too.
said that. Oh,
Yeah. So Crawford's like, what do you got in that carrier? That is right. That carrier is over there. You could carry more people. We got another carrier. We can carry more people. Let's open that list up.
Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh
There's
no.
a list. I hope you were on it.
Okay. We can't remove the samples that are currently in the carrier. That's what I came here to get. But
We're talking about people's lives.
oh god, I hate that situation. I made a mistake. Why can't I just get in my cargo carrier and zoom away without anyone bothering me? I mean, are you trying to co-opt the Marine troop shuttle too? Like, are we just going for private vehicles now?
We'll probably talk with the Marines. I hope we don't have to fight about it. We got a lot of people here.
The Marine troop shuttle isn't going to carry but like 3 more people.
That's right. It just looks big. There's a lot of equipment, but at max, it's carrying 3 more people. Because remember, it's kind of a can. It's separated from the main shuttle and
Yeah.
it dropped, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, Ground rules. You don't take what's on the carrier off of it, and you don't take it without me.
How many can you carry with what you got?
Myself, Zelda, and probably 3 to 5 others.
And if we empty the carrier, how many more can you carry?
That's not an option. It's better than you had before, so take it.
And he picks up his rifle, and he says, "And if we empty the carrier, how many people?"
Oh, fuck off.
Anybody's equipment glitching?
Maybe we just take some of whatever you got there, whatever's so important. I'm just trying to save as many people as I can.
Real talk.
Well, you point upon at us.
Because Steve and I were filling the carrier at the start of the session. But what was even on it, and how important is it?
Say it again.
What was even on it, and how important is it?
Most of it is organic compound stuff that Parallax has decided was important in the area, and they wanted to bring it back to study. It's Mars stuff that's not on Earth, and we want to know more about it.
Would Parallax be understanding if I left it? Okay, fine.
I don't know.
Put the gun down. We empty the carrier. It fits. How many does it fit?
You could probably get a good 30 people in there if you empty it.
Put the gun down. We empty the carrier. It fits 30. I'm driving, and we get my android first. Deal?
No, that's a deal. I'll take it. That's a deal.
Okay. Let's go get Steve.
Okay.
Nice. All right. We get Steve. We get that carrier empty. They're sorting out. I'm gonna have to do some quick math here about who can go, who can't go. That's happening. What are you doing, Sarge? How far down are you going?
Until I get to the drill, I guess.
Yeah, so the drill has retracted, so it's back up, but you get down to the last construction parts, and it gets kind of janky the further down you go because they haven't stabilized and fortified that bottom section. They're building new sections as they go. You can see the ground level, the terrain, the rocks, and you can see where some bits of metal, as the drill comes back up out of the ground, it bends some of that metal with it. You can see some of the metal sticking up out of the ground. You can see the breach into whatever that vehicle is underneath.
And like a few bodies at the bottom.
Yes, and a few bodies at the bottom.
Are the bodies that they're bringing the ones that show signs of violence, or the ones that don't?
Let's say it's a mix. They're just dead.
Just saying. I was like, were they sent to get specific bodies, or was it all bodies? Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, it's all bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah. That's not the strangest thing we've had so far today. Yeah, she's like, she gestures to the other three to like stay there and like starts investigating the I guess the thing that it stopped at.
The spaceship.
The spaceship, yes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to say spaceship.
Spaceship.
We're in space. You already know spaceships exist.
Right.
Yeah, because that's how we got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? Tell me what you're looking for.
How big is it? Does it look like it's She's probably looking at it from a military standpoint. So
Gotcha.
Does it have? Is it armed? Is it armored? Is it? How many people could it hold? Does it look like it has air? Does it look like the air inside is compatible with humanity? Does
Nice. All right.
Is there an off switch?
Is there an off switch? Is there an on switch?
Do you stay outside the breach?
Out,
Do
like,
you
is there a
step
hole in the
inside?
side of? Is there a hole in the thing?
Yes. The
Big
drill
enough for a
punched
person?
through. Yes. Easily big enough for a person.
Nope, 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 nope.
Like,
We do this
mostly
all
I
the
dare you,
time.
but
Yeah,
What
I don't
horror
know.
movie do they not go in the door?
I dare you, but I also don't want you to. But like I dare you. But like I don't
she's
do
right.
that.
She's going in. She's gonna keep in contact with. Actually, she's gonna like. Do I have a rope? I probably have a rope.
Let's say yes. There's cable.
She's gonna
Right?
like tie like clip a cable onto her waist and clip the other into a winch and hand the winch to Lincoln.
Uh-huh.
And if I yell, pull.
Nice.
Great.
And they lower you in. Yeah, so the metal is it's a hull, right? If it's a starship, it's a hull, and it's sturdy, it's thick, right? It's made to be defensive. Um, it's big when you get inside. I think you have to. So I think as Marines, you guys have a way to clip your environmental helmets on to your
Yeah,
body.
absolutely.
So I think as you get in there, right, it's nasty, toxic, whatever. You have to put your helmet on, right?
Yeah, she was going to put
but-
her helmet on before she went in anyway. So
Oh, perfect, nice.
Yeah. Strange environment. We don't fuck with.
Oh.
I am not those silly scientists in movies that take off their helmets and their gloves and start poking around at things that they don't know are human.
You say as you go into a hole and then
I'm a Marine. I'm an explorer. There's a difference.
Right, there's a difference. Nice. And it feels more vertical, like you're getting dropped down a vertical section or a yeah, it's more deep than it is wide right now.
Okay.
Give me a intellect check. We're trying to orient so you can figure out, get your bearings while you're inside this thing. Military training works. I will take that if you have that as a training skill.
I do. In
And then we can work from there.
Training.
Oof.
Aw.
I'm telling you,
sorry.
dice rollers hate me. Like
I
absolutely.
think we've only had like 1 or 2 successes this entire session.
How many successes have I had? Like in all the games we've played, Jen? Come on.
You've had some decent successes,
True.
That's true.
just not tonight.
Yeah, what's hard for me is when we switch up, like you said earlier, from rolling high to having to roll low and under, right? The engineer in me is, it doesn't matter. It's all probability, right? Whatever, right? But the other part of me is like, no, that's not right. It doesn't feel good. That's wrong. That's, yeah, that's bad mojo. Why are you making me do that? So I think you've got, like I said, you've got your sensor package in your marine equipment. So the darkness isn't too big of a factor. You can see heat. You have lighting sources. The place is just immense, right? And it's deep. The air has some texture to it, some friction to it while you're in here. It's not like moving through water or anything like that, but it has some volume to it. That's the word. As you're getting lowered into it. There are like side platforms that come off either side as you're looking around as they're lowering you down. You can't touch either side, so it's far enough out that if you stretch your arms out, you can't reach either side. You haven't seen any floors or sections that break off of this vertical shaft as they're lowering you down. Back. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like feeding the cam feed back to the 3 that are waiting for me.
Right.
Just so that if something goes wrong, they can see what happened.
Right. No, that's fair. Zelda, and Dr. Hex. You've got Steve, you're at the carrier. You've got some of the Teamsters with you. They're following Dr. Hex's lead about what to touch, what can be moved, what shouldn't be moved, where to put it, that kind of thing. So they're trying to be as respectful as possible. Crawford's not a bad guy. He's just, there's a lot of people.
Okay, we're getting the carrier emptied out, and then are there people like waiting to fill it? Like, do we have to hold up for more people, or can we just get in and start going?
I think you have to take it back over to where
The hangar?
other vehicles are. Yeah, the hangar.
Okay.
They will load it with folks, and we'll let you go with the first batch of folks.
So then I think once we've got it emptied, then I get in the driver's side, and we'll probably have Zelda if you want to get in the front as well, and then we just have like people like stacked in the back, and then I would just like pull off and start driving back towards the initial hangar.
Do you try to save or hold any of the samples? I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm talking over you. My bad.
No, I just was making a joke. I think I keep as much as can fit in the like cab.
Okay.
I got like samples on my lap.
Yeah, shuffle around so that Zelda is like holding a bunch of stuff, and there's a bunch of stuff around her feet, and there's stuff like probably like on the dash or like in the glove compartment or in the console. But if it doesn't fit in the cab, then I just kind of let it go because that's room that we could have people in. And I'm trying to not cause problems on purpose.
That's fair. Nice. Zelda?
Yeah.
You're good with that? You're just going along with the ride?
Yep.
That okay, cool.
I'm trying not to
box of samples in your lap.
Yep.
Lincoln says to Sarge, there's some scientists here up above. I don't know what she's doing up there. Do you know about this?
Ask her if her name's Val.
And then Moore says, Sarge, your feed, it's all glitchy. I can't see shit.
Oh no.
Stand down. Keep your weapons down. Do not engage.
Oh no.
And it's 10:20, and I'm gonna call that session 1.
Oh no! Jay!
Rude.
Oh my god.
And see, everybody lived, right? Everyone's still alive. Everything's so good. Right?
Barely.
All right, so tonight we touched on the skill rolls, right? We got all the basic rolls down. We understand a little bit how panic rolls and stress rolls happen. And that's pretty much the core stuff. We'll start to get into combat and some of the other mechanics in the next session. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my switchblade.
According to the Mothership rules, after the first session, everyone levels up to level 2, I believe.
Neat.
So we can do that in the off week, and you got stuff to choose from and pick and that kind of thing. But that is Mothership, and I kind of like it.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the creeping horror of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I like how simple those mechanics work together.
Yeah.
And how it can spiral. We'll see that next session, how that can spiral out of hand. So, with that, I will hand it over to Jen. Why don't you tell us what you're up to, what's going on, where we can find you on the internets?
Yeah, I have been Jen Martin. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at 10penjen. I think, what am I up to? Well, we just made at Bully Pulpit. We just made a 2020 Fiasco playset, which I am particularly proud of. Which you can go on bullypulpitgames.com and find it. Also, if you are signed up for our newsletter, I'm sending one out tomorrow. It'll have the link. It super roasts 2020, and I love it. I'm excited to kick 2020 in the ass with this playset.
Yeah.
So that's what I have been up to. Misha, what about you?
Hi, I'm Misha B. You can find me at BG Gameworks on Twitter or blackgirlgameworks.com. We are waiting for the final bits of art for Arun so that we can get that out the door to our lovely backers who have waited so patiently for it. Hopefully that will be out soon. How about you, Dom?
I'm Dominique Dickey. I use they, them pronouns. I'm on Twitter at domsdickey or at dominiquedickey.com. And on Twitter or on my website, you can find my RPG trial that is about race and the justice system in America. And coming to Kickstarter in March, my game Tomorrow in Revelation 3, which is about surviving and building community on a hyper-capitalist space station. I think that's all the big things I have right now. Yeah. Jay, how about you?
I'm Jay. You can find me on Twitter at MadJ0. I'm the host of the Diceology podcast at diceology.com. I've got some super cool guests coming up, so you should check it out. And I'm your Mothership warden. This was fun. So
Thank you for running.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, you're welcome. This is fantastic. It's beat out my expectations. So I'm looking forward to see what you folks do next week. Well, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night is Burning Wheel. So you folks come on back and watch Sean and Judd play some Burning Wheel. And we're out. See you later.